Today's topic is History of Microbial World. Today we will study about Sergei Wieniawski, Martinus Wejernik, Alexander Fleming, Salman Waxman. Let's start with Sergei Wieniawski. He was an Russian microbiologist, ecologist and soil scientist who discovered the first known form of lithotropy during his research. He was mainly known for the discovery of various biogeochemical cycles and was best known for discovering chemoautotropy. And mainly he was interested in the bacterial diversity of soil and water and was successful in that case. By the help of various experiments, he had showed that these bacteria catalyze specific chemical transformation in nature and proposed the important concept of chemolithotropy. He was mainly interested in those bacteria which take part in the cycle of nitrogen, sulfur, carbon, such as the nitrifying bacteria, sulfur oxidizing bacteria. He further showed that this organism has some important role in this cycle, which he called them chemolithotropes. Previously, it was believed that autotrophs obtain their energy from light, but not from inorganic compound. With the discovery of organisms that oxidize or inorganic compound such as hydrogen sulfide and ammonium as energy source, autotrophs could be divided into two groups, photoautotroph and chemoautotroph. Wieniawski was one of the first researchers to attempt to understand microorganisms outside of the medical content. Now, let's know about nitrogen cycle. It is one of the biogeochemical cycle by which nitrogen is converted into multiple chemical form which circulates among atmosphere. The conversion of nitrogen can be carried out through biological and physical process. Important processes in the nitrogen cycle include fixation, ammonification, nitrification and denitrification. In the screen, you can see a simple diagram of the nitrogen cycle. The blue boxes represent store of nitrogen and the green writing is for processing that occur to move the nitrogen from one place to another, and the red writing is all about bacteria involved. Nitrogen present in environment in various form. It may be in organic form or in inorganic form. The process of the nitrogen cycle is to transform nitrogen from one form to another. Many of these processes are carried out by the help of microbes. Next is carbon cycle. It is also a biogeochemical cycle by which carbon is exchanged among the biosphere, pedosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere of the earth. We all know that carbon is the main component of biological compound as well as a major component of many minerals such as limestone. Along with the nitrogen cycle and water cycle, the carbon cycle comprises a sequence of events such as fast carbon cycle or a slow carbon cycle. It describes the movement of carbon as it is recycled and reused throughout the biosphere. In the figure, you can see first carbon cycle showing the movement of carbon between land and atmosphere and ocean. Yellow numbers are natural fluxes, red are human contribution, white are stored carbon. The effect of the slow carbon cycle such as volcanic and tectonic activity are not included here. A question may come in our mind, what does these microbes do in this carbon cycle? So it plays an important role. It reduces organic molecule to form carbon dioxide, whereas autotroph fix carbon dioxide to produce organics. Now next is sulfur cycle, in which the sulfur moves between rocks, waterways and living system. It plays an important role in geology as it affects many minerals, being a constituent of many proteins and cofactors, and can be used as a oxidants or reductants in microbial respiration. So from this we can say that Wieniawski was one of the first researchers to attempt to understand microorganisms' role in these cycles. He also performed the first isolation of a nitrogen fixing bacteria. More than 100 works or drawings are known as Winogradsky's drawing. He has done it in his career. So these are the contribution of Winogradsky to soil microbiology. Next is Martinus Wejernik. He was a professor in Holland and was a student of botany, but began his career in microbiology. He has a greatest contribution in the field of microbiology for the contribution of enrichment medium technique. His skill with the enrichment medium was readily apparent. When the following Winogradsky's discovery of the process of nitrogen fixation, he isolated the aerobic nitrogen fixing bacterium, that is Azotobacter, from soil. He also isolated the first pure culture of many soils and aquatic microorganisms, including sulfate reducing bacteria, sulfur oxidizing bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria from root nodules. He is also considered as one of the founder of virology. In 1898, he published result on the filtration experiment demonstrating that tobacco mosaic disease is caused by an infectious agent which is smaller than bacteria. Next is Sir Alexander Fleming. He is mainly known for the discovery of penicillin and lysozyme. He was a Scottish physician and microbiologist. He was not a TD researcher and usually expected unusual growth from his bacteria. In late 1921, while he was maintaining agar plates for bacteria, he had found that one plate was contaminated. He thought that it was due to air. When he had added nasal mucus, he found that the mucus inhibited the bacterial growth. Surrounding the mucus, he had seen a clear transparent circle. As per his theory, it was about 1 centimeter in diameter, indicating the clear zone of bacteria. This was the first recorded discovery of lysozyme. After this, he was a well-known researcher. By 1927, Fleming had been investigating the properties of Staphylococci. On September 1928, he returned to his lab after holiday. On his return, he has noticed that one culture plate was contaminated with a fungus, which he has inoculated before his holiday, and that the colonies of Staphylococci immediately surrounding the fungus has been destroyed, whereas other Staphylococci colonies far away was normal. That's funny, he thought. Fleming showed the contaminated culture to his former assistant. That's how you discover lysozyme. At that time, he identified the mold and found that it was a genus of Penicillium. The laboratory in which Fleming discovered and tested penicillin is preserved as the Alexander Fleming Laboratory Museum. After that, he grew the mold in a pure culture and found that the culture broth contained an antibacterial substance. He investigated its antibacterial effect on many organisms and noticed that it is affected bacteria such as Staphylococci and many other gram-positive pathogens that causes scarlet fever, pneumonia, meningitis, and diphtheria. At that time, he called it as a mold Jaws or inhibitor. After that, he gave the name penicillin on 7th March 1929 for the antibacterial substance present in the mold. In this way, he discovered penicillin. So this was about Alexander Fleming. Next is Selman A. Waxman, who was a Russian-born empire inventor as well as biochemist and microbiologist, whose research into the decomposition of organisms that live in soil, which is enabled the discovery of streptomycin and other various antibiotics. He was also known as the father of American soil microbiology. In 1952, he received a Nobel Prize for ingenious, systemic and successful studies of the soil microbes that led to the discovery of the streptomycin. Streptomycin was isolated from Streptomyces gyraeus and found effective against tuberculosis by one of Waxman's graduate students. In his career, he has done various experiments to discover many antibiotics, in which he was successful also. So this is all about Selman A. Waxman and his research on soil microbiology. So this is all about today's lecture, and this is the last lecture on history of microbiology. So what we have studied today? We have studied the contribution of Sergei Wojnarowski, Martinus Wesernick, Sir Alexander Fleming, Salmon and Waxman. Thank you for watching this video.